A new children's book by a best-selling author has a touching local connection. The book is Crush by Gary Paulsen, and Paulsen has named 2 characters in it after people from St. Philip's Academy in Newark. Here tonight to tell us all about the connection is Wendy Lamb, Vice President and Publisher of Wendy Lamb Books, and Betsy Buell of St. Philip's. Welcome to both of you. And Wendy, why don't you take me through how some folks know at this school, got into a book?
Well, I've been working with Gary a long time, and I know he supports cancer causes, and someone asked me if I had an author who'd want to donate the right to name a character in a book to an auction for Gilda's House.
Oh, sure, Gilda Radner and all the great work they do.
Which supports all kinds of people dealing with cancer. So I asked Gary, and he was delighted, and so it was listed at this auction, and Betsy bought the rights.
And Betsy, what did you do with the rights?
Well, I initially thought as a librarian that it would be so much fun to share this opportunity with the kids at St. Philip's. Librarians are always looking for ways to spark kids on reading, and I thought this was a way to get them to read lots of Gary's books and learn about Gary's characters and then name their own.
And who did you pick? It's kind of a poignant story there.
Well, unfortunately, around that same time, we had a dynamic young chef at St. Philip's Academy who was killed in a car accident right in front of the school. And while the kids were deciding what names to nominate, we decided to also include JC's name.
And that's JC on the screen right there.
Good. So, of course, when the children voted on which name they would select for the character, they wanted to memorialize JC, and this was another way for the kids to celebrate his life.
And the author was really impressed by this.
Yes, when he heard about this wonderful school and Betsy doing this, and then about JC, he decided to create 2 new characters. One, a boy who would be named after JC, and then he named a character after Betsy, Betsy Putnam, which is her maiden name.
And what's the reaction been with the kids?
Well, the kids were absolutely thrilled. The JC character is a lot of fun. It will remind you of our JC.
He's a cool guy, you know?
He's a cool guy. He loves music. He loves sports, just like JC did. And the Betsy Putnam character is also a very cool person, which I, of course, am thrilled about.
As a librarian, are kids still into books? Forgive me if I sound like an old fogey when I ask that, but you hear all the technology. Are they still reading? Are they still tackling them?
Absolutely. In our library, we do have computers for a whole classroom of kids to come in and do research and, you know, write papers and things like that. But we also encourage the kids to use the books. And there's nothing like browsing the shelves for a book.
Nothing like it. Guys, thanks for being here.
You.
We appreciate it. And that's going to do it for New York Nightly News. I'm Gus Rosendale for Chuck Scarborough and the entire team. Thanks for joining us. We hope you have a good night.